Welcome back. Empathy, apathy and psychopathy. There's been a lot of feedback concerning empathy. Now empathy is that quality that we have to feel other people's pain, other people's dilemma. We can actually feel it within ourselves, and some people who are known to be clairsentient will actually feel the pain of others. Many healers avow to this. So of course being empathetic is a strength. It is associated with vulnerability, but it's also associated with compassion and high moral values. Go back to the drawing board here, this line here that we drew at the start of these presentations, where we have the powerless at one end and the powerful, at least in the material world, on this end. And we could say that self-worth increases this way, so that the powerful have not only an enhanced sense of self-worth, but they feel entitled to being better than other people. Therefore they can change the rules, break the laws, and make up their stories, which are dangerous. Now, on this end, the powerless may have quite a bit of empathy. In other words, empathy grows this way. However, they may not have a lot of self-worth. They may be giving of their compassion, their love and energy to other people, giving away their power, rather than keeping their power at the same time as helping others. So for those people who are particularly empathetic, we should all help, because they're in a powerless situation in the world. They may be in the third world, they may be impoverished, they may be the guy on the street. We should all club together to help these people. We can help them by trying to enhance their self-worth, but we may find that if that's difficult, we need to protect them. So ideally people lie somewhere within the spectrum, in what the Buddhists would say in the middle way, where they're both assertive, humbly assertive, but also confident. Now, I'm talking today about apathy because really the reason that the powerful, there's so few that are in the world that are so powerful at the expense of the powerless, is not the fault of the powerless on this end. It's really, if we would assign a fault to anybody but themselves, and we should assign fault to them, it should be to the majority who are apathetic. Apathy. We could say they're not awake. And it could say that those people who get it now have a role to help others get it as well. In the north of England there's this expression, if you're a bit dim-witted, you're called a daft apath. And the apath is a shortened, well, an abbreviation for halfpenny worth. So it says you're not worth much. So I'm going to be talking about today about the daft apaths who have apathy. Anybody who's created or a non-profit organisation, for instance, will know what a struggle it is, because most people who come together to form such an organisation, be it a conservationist organisation or some charity trust, knows the two or three movers and shakers, and they are empathetic, and they're basically in the middle here. It is unlikely in this situation that there will be a psychopath amongst you, but I wouldn't count it out. Okay, but I think it's unlikely because this is non-for-profit. It doesn't mean it's non-for-ego, of course, but it's in general. But anybody who's formed those associations will know that there's a few really enthusiastic people. And then as you gather momentum and members join, you'll find that most people will be happy to go along with the executive who are making decisions on their behalf, and they're grateful that other people are going to make their decisions for them, and to do them their due, they turn up and they may pay their dues financially. However, there's always going to be one or two then, because if it expands to being over 100, the chances are you're going to get a psychopath invading this whole process from this end. And they'll show all the adverse traits of the psychopath, cause chaos, and may do their best to destroy this good works organisation. And those of us who have been in this situation, and I suppose many of us have been in the middle as well, really despair not so much as for the bullying tactics of this person or these persons, but the apathy of the rest of the group. And you write letters to them and calling for them to be a bit more enthusiastic and to speak up in meetings. In other words, to become activists, true activists. And this is going to be the solution to the psychopath problem that we have. We can't rely on just trying to convert the powerless, apologies, to become powerful. We all need to play a part in this and become activists. And being an activist doesn't mean having necessarily waving banners in the streets or sitting down in the middle of the road, although that might be your particular form of activism and good for you. It should be non-violent, and we'll all agree on that. And it should use any skill that you have, and we've all got them. So, for instance, if your way of helping an organisation that's fighting powerful is to knit socks, for instance, which I wouldn't know how to knit a sock, then that's what you do, and that is just as important as anybody else who's trying to help. You may want to be vocal about it. You may want to write about it. You may want to sing about it. You may want to dance about it and raise money on a dance. You can be creative, so you need to be a creative activist. Creative activist. Now, what's happening in the United States may seem to be like a disaster with now the Republican candidate looking more and more dangerous. However, it may well be that this gentleman, Donald Trump, is a catalyst for this activism. It's shaking people out of their apathy. And when you see what's happening in the States, and Donald Trump's utterances and activities, you begin to also look more critically at the other candidates, and you may feel a sense of despair that we are actually putting our futures in the hands of the people this end, whether they're outright psychopaths or just sort of borderline psychopaths or whatever. So our Mr. Trump may well be shaking us out of our apathy, so that we're not daft apaths and pathetic into becoming activists. So I want everybody to decide what they can do to help this situation. Every little thing will help. And the fact that you're watching this video and hopefully subscribing down here is a real positive sign, and this is a call for you to become more engaged in this. Even comments and suggestions are important. So thank you very much. I'm going to add a little clip of a bathroom ballad I did 2 or 3 months ago, which I think will add something to this activism push that I'm trying to create. So thank you very much, all the best, and see you later. Welcome to Bathroom Ballads again. This is called Fool's Paradise. It's about those who are living a lie. So the rest of it. You're living a lie. You're living a lie. You're living a fool's paradise. You're living a lie. You're living a lie. Living a fool's paradise. Why make it high? Why make it low? That's when you buy. That's when you grow. Why make it up? Why make it down? Well, you're riding your luck on your money go round. 'Cause you're living a lie. You're living a lie. You're living a fool's paradise. You're living a lie. You're living a lie. You're living a fool's paradise. One minute right, one minute wrong. Well, you're faster than light, but you're taking so long. 1 minute won, 1 minute lost. Do you really have fun when you're counting the cost? You're living a lie. Yes, you're living a lie. You're living a fool's paradise. You're living a lie. You're living a lie. You're living a fool's paradise. 1 minute a boy, 1 minute a girl, unlimited joy in your brave new world. The mystery elite, all powerful men, see history repeat again and again. You're living a lie. You're living a lie.